What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys with another market watch today. Before I begin, I just want to say, been busy the past couple of days. I just recently had my twins, my son Justin and my daughter Ariella. It was their first day on Earth a couple of days ago, and it's been a wild ride. I mean, the thing about that is, and the way I think about it as far as Yu-Gi-Oh is, I'm only one of many that are going to be people that grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh as a young guy, and pretty much grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh as a parent. I already have 2 boys, so now I have 2 more children, and it's going to be a packed house full of duelists. Listen, guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and comment down below, and let me know what you thought about today's video. Common question of the day: what's your favorite rarity, by the way? Do you like Collector's Rare, Ultimate Rare, or, well, Starlight Rare? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Personally, I like Ultimate Rare. I think Ultimate Rare is my favorite one. Even though Starlight Rare does look really nice, Ultimate Rare, it's just, to me, it's the best one. It's the only one that at an angle still looks like an Ultimate Rare. The other ones at a weird angle can't look like a Super and an Ultra. Not that I hate on them. I own a bunch of Starlight Rares and Collector's Rares, but I just personally like Ultimate Rares. And I'd like to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. The OCG ban list finally came out, but it's going to be effective on July 1st. And we'll more than likely have a TCG ban list that will be effective on July 1st. And the reason why I'm saying that is because that's going to prepare all of us in preparations for the remote duel YCS that will happen on the 10th. Looking at the OCG ban list, it's pretty out there. I mean, Droplet is finally banned in the OCG, with semi-limited spots being Pendulum Claw, 5-Permission Tanki, and Gamma. Pendulum Claw being semi-limited tells me that Pendulums might be getting something big in the future. That's what it tells me. Let me know what you think about that. 5-Permission Tanki to 2 might not do as much. I'll talk about that in a second. And Gamma getting hit to 2 is a big deal, because now you still have to run the 1 brick, but 2 Gamma. Then for Unlimited, we have 3 Firewall Dragon, does nothing. 3 Union Hanger, alright. 3 White Magician, cool for them. And 3 Mathematicians, which we already have here in the TCG. Guys, when the ban list finally comes out, I'm going to be able to stream it here on twitch.tv, YGOPaisano. Being the fact that I am a Twitch partner, I would not be able to stream it on my YouTube channel. This channel, right here. If you want to see my reaction, my first reaction to the ban list, which inevitably will be coming soon. I mean, it could be coming as soon as today. I just want to say that I think that if you guys want to do that, make sure to go ahead and follow me on Twitch. Want to support me? Hit the subscribe button for Twitch. You get subscribed for free with Amazon Prime, and I'm telling you right now, the reaction to the ban list, this ban list, is going to be priceless, being the fact that I personally believe that Maxi will come off the ban list. But V, you always say some of you naysayers. That's fine. I only need to be right once. You have to always be right in the fact that the cards never come off the ban list, number 1. Number 2, if the card does come up the bans, it would make a lot of sense because the meta is kind of crazy right now. Directors are running all over the place because nothing can stop them after the 1 or 2 hand traps, whereas Maxi would definitely be able to make them change the way they play. Tri-Brigade might be getting better with Maxi off the ban list, and a lot of other decks actually might be able to see more play without, well, the fact that we still have decks spamming turn 1. It's solitaire out there. Let me know what you think about that. Then we have Ultimate Rare 5-Permission Tanki. If this card was to be hit at 2 in TCG, would it change the price point? I don't really think so. Not that I'm saying the price point isn't crazy high. Tanki right now is roughly around $280 a copy. A little fun fact, this card used to be $20. There's a market watch on this channel where I look at 5-Permission Tanki Ultimate Rare as a $20 Ultimate Rare and say, why is nobody else buying this? That's exactly when I went in and bought my personal playset. And I'm telling you right now, this card might not go back down to $20. The odds of it are pretty... Like, they'll have to be a zombie apocalypse, and even then, people will still be using this as currency. This card is insanely expensive. $280 for 1 Tanki. You're going to want to grab 3 if you can. Realistically, if it does go to 2, will it change the price point? Very minute if I had to guess. Because looking at Terraforming, a card that was at 3, and then got limited, its price only went higher. Terraform right now is roughly around $118, despite the fact that this card is limited, barely used, but still how easy it is for you to get. A little side note, D-Boys. This card, Secret Rare Photon Shockwave, is currently roughly around $26. $26. I have zero idea, and if you do know, please let me know in the comments down below. I don't know why this card's worth anything. One thing I want to say, though, looking at D-Boys and how it is, when this card first came out, we all knew it was bad as Yu-Gi-Oh players. People memed it. They made a D-Boys rap, and if you can find that, I think it's on Pojo, I believe. Hilarious. With that said, I do think that This card should not be $26. Is there some kind of deck thing? I don't even, okay. Looking at Drytrons, they're definitely looking to be one of the best decks, if not the best deck or the deck to beat in the format. With the BANLIST coming out, that will absolutely change. The price of Drytrons are absorbently expensive. Look at it. It's absolutely ludicrous, and it's only getting higher as time goes on. Here's the question, though. Will it still remain high? Will it see play at the YCS or even win the YCS coming up next month? To be honest with you, I don't think so. Even though I think Tri-Brigade is the best deck right now, with the BANLIST coming out, the deck might not be able to see play at that YCS, and if it does see play, it will more than likely see play as a watered-down version of itself. Looking at Meaning Ash Drytron, the collector's rare, it's roughly around $93, despite the fact that the market price has it at $85. Drytron Minionus Draconus, the collector's rare, this card, which used to be like $20, is actually roughly around $50, more than doubling its price point. I mean, everything else in Drytrons is still roughly around the same price points. Mubeta Fafnir did go down. It used to be like 35. The card's roughly around 23. Drytron Noah's roughly around 31. It's not too crazy yet, but it's still crazy overall. I will say that even though Drytrons are a fun deck to play, they're not really fun for people playing against them. Think about it this way. It's a deck that tries to go off first turn. If it doesn't get to go off first turn, it's probably not going to be able to see a second turn. Looking at King's Court, this could change the way we see Yu-Gi-Oh! King's Court still has that release date set for the 2nd, even though I thought it was moved a week forward, but I could be wrong. Looking at King's Court, though, this is going to have new collector's rares. And this is one of the things that get really interesting, because I think with new collector's rares, remember how we were talking about Max C coming off? Well, the first question anyone would ask would go, V, why? The last printing was in a structure deck a couple of years back. Why would the card come off the ban list? Easy. Maxi could be in King's Court. The most important thing in order for us to justify talking about Maxi is if it is in King's Court. That would be the first and only indication of the card coming off the ban list. King's Court coming out would definitely change the way we look at Maxi and the bans as a whole. If we get spoilers for King's Court before we get the actual ban list, I almost guarantee you Maxi would be in here. If that's to be the case, then we would have to debate on how it would go down. One, I think we'll definitely have a collector's rares. The card is deserving of a collector's rare status, and Konami would definitely put it in here in order to be competitive against those that want high rarity but don't want to spend the high rarity price of an ultimate rare. Still looks nice, by the way. For everybody else, you could do like you did with Gamma and put it in here as a rare. Maxi as a rare makes it easier and more affordable for everybody, and there goes that. Once again, keep an eye on the spoilers of this. This right here is going to tell us if Maxi's coming off the ban list. I guarantee it. Then we have Black Rose Dragon, Starlight Rare. Now, the Ghost Rare is going for a crazy amount of money. The biggest question asked right now is, V, do I buy Black Rose Dragon, Starlight Rare? Because it definitely has a potential chance, and more than likely, will be as high, if not higher, than the Ghost Rare. Sounds crazy, but it's inevitable that this can happen, being the fact that this card is harder to get as a collector's rare. I'm sorry, Starlight Rare. Even more harder to get than collector's rare. The current price point of Black Rose Dragon is roughly around $600. So do you buy it yet? You wait still. We still have to wait because this card price is still not ready. I do think people are still opening Lightning Overdrive because there's a lot of decent value in that set. A lot of good cards to invest in, as well as a lot of cards to make quick gains on. And of course, pulling a Starlight Rare would definitely net you a ton of money. So I would still wait on this card. Line of Delight Charm is another card that slowly is going up. With a current market price of roughly around $384, this card right now is listed at $385. And the thing about this card is, I do see this card going up in the short term. This card will ultimately start going back down as Yugioh players slowly phase away from it. Now, when would that happen? Good guess. I don't know. Diviner Herald's a card that's obviously being used in Drytron, but it's still going down. This card holding a $90 pre-sale price is down to as low as, let's see, we got a verifiable seller here, about roughly around $70. That's a pretty huge drop from a card that's used in a tier 1 deck as a 3 of. Well, why is it going down so much? Well, one, because Drytrons is already really expensive, but two, and most notable, Drytrons are a great candidate to get hit. But V, they got new support, ergo they won't get hit. Sure, Konami doesn't even need to touch any cards in his deck. Only thing they gotta do is put Maxi at 3. And I know I keep harping on that, but it's inevitable. You're gonna wish you took my advice when I talked about this. I'm just getting you guys ahead of the game. Some people get mad by me talking about Maxi. I get that. Some people bitch and complain about me talking about Maxi. I get that. I don't care though. My job is not to please all you. I'm not a whore. My job is to show you what can happen with the bans and the meta. And Maxi coming off the bans would be correct for the meta. But V, I have Maxi PTSD. All right, go back to sleep. sleep. Go back to Shishi. Put a pillow over your head, princess. I'm not here to comfort you, okay? I'm just telling you what's happening with the game. This is how it's going to go down. I'm going to make a lot of videos talking about this, and maybe some people will get upset about that, and rightfully so. You don't want to hear things you don't want to hear. But ultimately, let's get prepared for when this does happen, because it's going to change the way we play. And if actually was to happen, well, would this deck still be around? I don't know. I wouldn't think so, though. Triple Tactics Talents is a card in the OCG that's seeing a lot of play. And the reason why this card's seeing so much play is because if you was to get hit by a hand trap, possibly Max C, the best thing you can do to your opponent is snipe him back. Take one out the hand, set whatever you can set on your board, and pass turn. It's not the best situation, but by able to look at your opponent's hand and taking a card out, it allows them not to play properly. Number one. Number two, this card gives you card knocks. Number three, you get to draw 2 cards because your opponent tries to draw cards on you. It's actually omnipotent of a card, and it's amazing. And the thing about this card is the Triple Tactics Talents current price point is roughly around $475. Now that's with Ritual of Blood. You can always buy the secret rare, and the secret rare more than likely is, wow, well, that's Japanese, don't mind that kid. That's, yeah, debated. Okay, $94 for the secret rare. Now, some of you might be waiting for a reprint to be announced, and it can happen. In fact, it probably will happen in the Megatons in September. Until then, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players might not be playing with talents up until it is available. The second it is available, probably gonna get hit in the bans. It's Konami. Why are we being shocked about this whatsoever? Okay. Infinite Permanence is definitely the new hand trap. Think about it. This card hits everything, doesn't get hit by Triple Tactics Talents, your opponent can't call by to grave it, and for the most part, when you hit the card on your opponent's board, it's pretty detrimental. Think about it this way. Slapping this card on Mubeta Fathir will more than likely hurt the drive down player's chances of gaining value from that one card. That card is like a plus what? +2, +3 depending, you know, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, no. Because you can mini out Shritron, you have the 2 materials, and it sends. Yeah, it's like at least a +3. I'm bad at pluses. Listen, it's a plus lot. And this one card shuts that down. It's actually a bigger deal than a lot of people give it credit for. This card's obviously good against a lot of players who are playing Tri-Brigade as they bench course and slap infinite permanents on their monster. Big deal. This card is going to be used a lot, and I think a lot of players moving forward are also going to want to get involved in this card and want to play it. So, do you have it? Would you play a gold rare? Listen, when Cross the Designator does come out, what we're going to be seeing here is a lot of people playing cards, obviously hand traps specifically, to kind of combat the meta, but still not deal with Cross the Designator. We might see players play a one-of a Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. We're seeing this happen in OCG because of Cross the Designator, and I would not be surprised if this happens here in the TCG. With Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit right now, the Ultimate Rare at an OTS 1 Pack 5 is roughly $156. Now, would this card go down if it sees play as a one-of? Probably not. Even though I wanted to go down, I mean, I have a play set for myself. I'm good. But I wanted to go down to have more people have the opportunity to grab this card because when there's more slices of the pie tastes better. I don't think it's going to be happening due to the fact that those who hold a place of this card know the fact that this card can be used as a 3-of inevitably in the future of this game. Even though Cross the Designator would be out, the question would be, how long would it be out for? I mean, look at Caught by the Grave. It was out, and then it wasn't. So we have to see about that. Another card I sees play is Skullmeister. This card sees play as a one-of. I'm not a big fan of this card, but its current price point is roughly around $90 for Skullmeister. Would you get one? Do you have one? Let me know. And then, of course, Prankertops. This card's starting to see a lot of play. As the meta slows down and becomes more mid-rangey, Prankertops becomes a better card. And if you want to get the collector's rare version of this card, the collector's version of this card is roughly around $125. I got the hiccups right now, so there's that. This card is almost a staple in a lot of side decks, and slowly starting to become a staple in more and more side decks as time goes on. Prankertops is a card you gotta need and card you gotta deal with if you are playing a competitive meta, and as we see a new ban list, it will see play in that side deck. Effect Failure is another card, and it goes back to my beginning common question of the day. Listen, there's Effect Failure Ultimate Rare and Effect Failure Starlight Rare. I think the Starlight Rare costs more. Let me double check. Effect Failure Ultimate Rare. Whenever TCG player loads their new, take time, just doing a video. Okay. We'll go over here, near mint, lightly played, boom, boom. I like lightly played. The minute you put a card on the same and start playing with it, it becomes lightly played. So, you want to buy near mint, you're probably trying to get it graded. Oh, whoa, okay. Okay, we're back. Oh, no, that guy is, questionable. $200, boom. Okay. Now let's hope and pray we get to do the Starlight Rare. Starlight Rare is 400. Did I say 400? Yes, I did. That did happen. Okay. Take your time. Oh, no rush. You're okay. Starlight Rare. Okay, it's gotta load, everyone. Hold on. hell you doing? You're watching the video? You gotta wait. Okay, $405 for it. So the starter rare is double the price of an ultimate rare. Which one would you prefer? I personally like the ultimate rare, but that's my preference. Even though I like high rarity cards, I like ultimate rares. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. You would need one effect filler moving forward. No doubt in my mind, need to get one of these cards. Get the ultimate rare starter rare if you can. It's needed, 100%. Then we have Virtual World. And the OCG Virtual World is really, I mean, it's just going crazy right now. And I do think in the TCG, there's still a possibility for Virtual Worlds to be good again. I mean, Queen Lunch got reprinted as a super rare, and nobody's really looking at it. The price point has a card roughly around $3. And it's got reprinted as a super rare. I do think moving forward, we will see cards, Virtual World players start coming back up again, because their decks are actually pretty good in the meta. Let me know what you think about that. Then we have Skill Drain. This card's currently at 1. Should it go to 3? In the OCG, it's at 3. Now, I don't like this card at all. I think this card's horrible, degenerate, so on, so on, whatever, okay? With that said, if this does go to 3, this will change the way we play Yu-Gi-Oh! For a lot of players. First of all, Draco players need to get a hit again. I don't care. Gotta hit him. Sorry. Just get a couple of shots, you know, the stomach and the abs. Listen, other decks can definitely abuse Skill Drain better than most decks in the game. Obviously, Dracos, Monarchs might even, you know, that's a thing. But Skill Drain itself is definitely a phenomenal card and will absolutely impact the way we play the game. Keep an eye on this card. It is worrisome. Then we have Forbidden Droplet. Don't worry about it. We have an Ultimate Rare printing. That Ultimate printing right now at OTS 16 for the Ultimate Forbidden Droplet, it's cheap. What is it, like rough $240? Jesus. The original print secret rare of Forbidden Droplet, one TCG player. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's working now. It's roughly around $90. See that? It tanked to $90. Listen, OTS Tournament Pack 16 is a really new OTS pack. The odds of people getting these cards and be able to list them on TCG Player are relatively low because you kind of gotta play Yu-Gi-Oh! Remote duel events. Not every player is playing that, so obviously the price point won't go low that fast. Ultimately, these prices do go low and have a subtle price, and that's normally when we walk in and we talk about them. I'm gonna tell you right now, Queen Long, pretty cheap right now, but it will get cheaper, as well as all these other cards. I mean, look at Firewall Dragon. It's $68. Actually kind of justified. But look at Cyber Dragon, $240. No, that's going to go down. Forbidden Droplet, that will go down. Nervous, $11? Not happening. Drytron Zeta, King of Skull Servants. These cards are just way too high for their own good and will more than likely go down in price point. The question is, how badly do you want these cards versus how patient are you waiting to get these cards? Don't get it wrong. I always want the highest rarity because it looks the nicest, but at the same time, I'm not going to be spending top dollar to get the card today. I can wait. I'm patient. And I feel like that's the thing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are going to be doing. Don't get me wrong, I think there are a lot of great cards in OTS 16, but did Konami ship this out late like they did the past OTS sets, in which we're going to get a balance, which more than likely hit some of the cards on the OTS set. I mean, look at Smoke Grenade. They released OTS set, Smoke Grenade, everyone went, cool, super rare Smoke Grenades, and then the balance came and then killed them for Nobles. Can that happen again in OTS 16? I think it can, and I think the deck that would be hit would more likely be Drytrons. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. It's your boy V, and you guys all have a great day.